It's around the lunch table. It's your boys, J and Z. Let's get rowdy up in here. What the fuck's going on, Slapdicks? Welcome back to Around the Lunch Table, episode 17. I'm sorry, I took your thunder. It's episode 17.
Okay.
You can say it. You can say it.
Episode 17.
Sorry, my bad. I got overzealous.
Oh God, we're all hyped today. It is episode 17. If you haven't noticed, if you're watching, not listening, but if you're listening, we'll introduce you. We have two guests today. One that you've seen in the past, or actually haven't seen but heard. Now you can put a face to the name.
Couple of infamous and controversial characters.
See me now?
Yes, you can see him. This is Jordan Obaya from Ohio State University.
Yeah. Wow.
So you've already seen him. We don't want to keep going off about him.
Got his bachelor's degree from Ohio State in
Yes.
2017.
Yes.
Accredited school.
He is a cinematographer in the Puget Sound area. But our newest guest today, his name is the great Jake Todd. He's the one sitting all the way over to my left. Your right, I think.
That's still their left.
Yeah, whatever.
Still their left.
He's the one on the end here. He is a surrealist artist who mainly works with acrylic paint on canvas. This guy's stuff is absolutely mind-blowing.
And this guy's putting on a goddamn show.
Yeah, it's impressive. It's not stick figures on a little canvas. This isn't your daughter brought home some watercolor paintings from preschool. This is some next level Picasso shit. Check him out at the Great Jake Todd.
You don't put this on the fridge. You put this above your dinner table.
That's
That's your motto right there.
Oh,
that's it right
good.
there. Hey, no
the
magnets needed.
Tableside manor paintings.
Yeah, there we go.
yes.
Perfectly.
So Jake, it's good to have you on the podcast, man. How's things been in the art world? How have you been, man?
It's been really good. Been super busy. I just got my whole next quarter booked out and
Nice, the whole quarter.
illustrating.
Do you have any groupies?
Book. No, not really yet. Actually,
I think I'd be classified a groupie.
I went to this party the other night to drop off one of my paintings, and for the first time, there was people actually treating me like a celebrity, which is super weird.
They asked for autographs and
I did not like
shit?
it. I was like, yeah.
Come
they
on.
You're like,
And
oh,
it
I
was
just want my old life back.
it was like I just want to
Stop
kind
taking pictures.
of chill. Someone was like, "You don't know who's standing in front of you. You should be kissing his feet." And I was like, "Whoa, just."
Like, guys, one at a time.
Yeah,
Guys,
it was-
one
it
at a
was-
time.
It was weird though.
Let me at least
It's
watch him
it's
first.
Fun. It's fun
watch my
and stuff,
feet
but
with nerd.
it's like maybe I might need to switch my name here soon and
A
go,
fake
go
name.
underground.
An alias
name.
Alias
You guys
name.
might be able to help me. with
God,
that.
like your life's never gonna be the same now.
It's not.
You think you're gonna do
Now
a
I'm on
show
a
or
now I'm on a
anything here soon?
podcast.
Now you're on a groundbreaking podcast with a lot of controversial, unsavory characters. So either your career is either going up or it's going downhill. One or the
Yeah.
other.
This right here is the breaking point.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Well, I'm
This could be
I'm
it.
pretty unsavory
Um,
myself, so
Yeah.
drink to that one.
Yeah. We'll take a
Yeah,
cheers.
yeah,
We'll do a
yeah,
cheers.
yeah.
We'll do a cheers. We'll do a
Cheers.
cheers.
This is what it's about.
Yep, it's good to see you guys.
Cheers to
see you.
groupies and paintings.
Yep, groupies and paintings. Me, Z and I don't have groupies yet.
Yeah, we
do
got
have some
Aaron. We got
people-
Aaron.
Yeah, we have Aaron. Oh yeah, we do have a live studio audience.
Yes, we do.
It's like when they
Interns.
do Fresh Prince and they have people in the audience. Yeah, that's exactly what it's
Yeah,
like.
and there is a sign that says applause when they're supposed to and all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
good.
We have some interns that give us coffee and stuff.
Yeah. So,
It's pretty nice.
I do want to announce one thing before we get into some of our topics here. First thing is, shout out to everyone who's been buying the merch. We had more hoodies this week. We had more of just the sweatshirts, with no hood.
Shout out to my nephew Noah. He just bought one in
Yes,
California.
he
Thanks,
just bought
dog.
one. Thank you so much. Also, we are going to be doing
Where can you find those again?
atltstore.com.
Okay.
Yes, we
Thank
can.
you, Jake.
Good.
And we have fitted tees now.
Yes, we just got fitted tees. So for you slim guys out there hitting the gym on the Jersey Shore,
Or those
Get a
guys that
fitted tee.
wear large but you wear mediums.
yeah,
But you can still do that too.
yes, it's
I
fitted
wish I could do
shirts.
that.
Also, we are going to be doing a giveaway.
You didn't even do the full drum roll, but yeah.
A giveaway.
Two hoodies.
Two hoodies.
Two hoodies.
Yep. Right at whenever this episode is dropped tomorrow
Is there
morning.
rules?
The rule is you gotta follow us on Instagram and comment one of your friends' names in the comments.
Can I
And,
enter?
No.
Or
you
comment
cannot
your
enter.
own if you want it yourself, I guess.
Still, the podcast cannot enter that.
Yes. yes.
Yeah, so anyways, I think the first topic that I wanted to talk about was something that I fucking hate, and I think everyone here hates, is all the bicyclists that fucking ride bikes on the road.
That's
Oh,
You know what I mean?
That's me.
I got some
you hate
stories.
me.
Why?
Oh, that's
Okay.
Jake.
You hate me.
listen. Okay. You can't. Okay, at some point, yeah. But it's like when you're holding up traffic. Like they got Lance Armstrong, they got the fucking full get up, little mirrors, and they're going up the hill. Like, just get on the fucking sidewalk on this in the bike lane. What are you doing? What are you trying to prove?
Oh no, I think the sidewalk is completely inappropriate.
That's where
That's for
people walk.
pedestrians to walk.
I think they walk at their own
lane,
risk.
The bike lane is the appropriate spot for a cyclist. But
Oh,
when
100%.
the bike lane doesn't exist in towns like Enumclaw.
Okay, that makes
then
sense. That makes sense.
That's where it gets
Okay.
tricky. But in Portland, where I used to live, everywhere had a bike lane. Everyone behaved themselves. The cars treated the cyclists like cars, and it was like people can abide. Like they can live together. But when you got Lance Armstrong with the speed helmet,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They got
Like,
now they got their
like-
dicks out
like,
and they're all
you,
just.
you reserve the right to unroll your window, fondle his ass, pass him up.
Do you know what I've always wanted to do? I would never do this. But
He
what
would.
I've always
he probably has.
what I've always wanted to do was when it's those thin roads and they're taking up the road, drive by them and swing your door open and hit him with your door as you drive by.
That's horrible.
I would never do that, but it'd be funny. Like it's a
fun-
funny
it's-
concept. It's a Grand Theft Auto thing
Well,
for
like,
sure.
One of my best friend's mom, she said in college, they used to they'd find the cyclists in the bike lane just minding their own business, and they would actually unroll their windows, hang out the window, and try to grab their asses.
Really?
See,
And
hey,
that's
yeah,
sweaty
may I
ass?
just say, if guys did that, they would be in jail the next day.
Yes, they probably would, but this was maybe the 80s and 90s. I don't know.
Oh, you know,
It was the
it was
time.
free game back then. It was
Oh,
free fucking game.
Yeah, back then it was like, it was the Wild West.
Back
we can
then,
time
when
travel
spam
so
was
bad.
just simply canned meat.
Yes.
I just want to time travel, go see those times in like real life.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I want like the big bulbous fridges, you know, and the big cars with like wood paneling on the side. Like
Everything-
that's-
All the movies
Everything
had
had
new special effects.
better
Or like,
fonts
oh
back then.
When Thriller was like the craziest thing anyone had ever seen.
Everything had better fonts back then. You got like
fonts
the
were
sweet.
Airstream or like the Bel Air, the cool.
was that
just-
neon kind of?
Everyone had
God,
bushes.
neon was.
Neon
We need to
was-
bring neon back into the malls.
Well, neon was in the
buildings.
40s too, though. Like everything had neon signs, and then they kind of came back color-wise. I feel.
Hey, what was with everything? Everyone in the '80s and like, why was everyone having a bush a thing?
Oh,
It
Oh,
still
yeah.
is a thing.
That is
It
awesome.
still is
Why?
a
I
thing.
thought it so
Jake
was.
said it's still a thing.
Okay, yeah,
It's
but I'm
still a
saying it
thing
was
in
like a
select
main. It
groups.
was a very common thing. You know what I mean? I don't know why. It was like it was just a very common thing.
I think it's just the evolution of pornography. It'll probably come back. People get tired.
She's saying the monitor shut off, so we might cut that. Type in ATLT. Just make sure it's still recording.
Interns helping us out here.
ATLT. Is it still recording?
God, we were just talking about bushes.
The password is password.
Yes.
Are you one of those?
No,
guys?
it's AAA at one or something.
Is it still
AT&T.
recording?
Oh my.
Okay, we're gonna cut this out.
Tech,
We
Tech-
see you.
technical difficulties. Hi, Caleb.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's still going.
Oh,
Well, I'll just stop it from going.
So bushes, right? Am I right?
the Bush family, George Bush, and his dad.
W.
Oh, I
W.
really thought we were
Bush.
talking about the beers at first.
We drinking Bush. Are we allowed to like use profanity on air? Like, is that?
Can you say the F word?
What?
You can say the F word on.
Oh yeah, we'd be going everything.
Yeah, you can say that. If you can say the F word, you can say whatever.
Okay. Oh, all right. I'll say it.
Yeah, you say anything.
Well, I guess what did you state earlier? There's some controversial characters over
Yeah.
here.
You guys, I got
Be prepared.
some content that you can post with this episode's release.
Good.
Oh my.
Okay, and it was all good, so we're going back.
To bushes.
So yeah, the whole bush thing. I have personally never seen a bush in real life. I remember
Not even a thicket.
I mean, there's little stubble sometimes, but no, like
Hey, grass don't grow in a busy street.
That is true. I remember like when I was like 14.
That's
You know,
facts.
it was
Big
like
facts.
it was freshman year of football, and so you know you all shower together, and I had.
It's like a
never-
prison. It's an open shower. Everyone's just like.
Yeah, everyone's just. butt
And then there's
naked.
those ones that are really confident. They're swimming their dicks around and shit.
Yeah, it was always the seniors.
You never went to the Y as a kid?
And shower?
Not as a kid, but I went to the Y and I remember seeing
I
always.
remember being a child seeing old scary men's.
Hey,
bushes
the
and
confidence
weird
in those
doners.
guys.
Yeah.
They have no
From a
problem going
small
swimming.
age though, so it was pretty normal.
And they would like offer you food while they're butt naked. Like
You
a
want a
super
slice of an
plump-
orange?
Yeah, they're like, would you like a clementine?
They do
And they're just
not
naked.
care at the YMCA.
And they're
dude.
they're all just like
It's like,
60.
I'm 8 years old. Get
Yeah,
away from
this
me.
is a crime for me to be
Yes.
in here.
Where
Yeah.
is it?
No, they're all just naked, just talking. Yeah, did you see? Yeah, Greg was there yesterday. Yeah, it was crazy, wasn't it? And they're just naked.
Hey,
The confidence
really
in
liked your
those,
swimming
the
at the pool today,
the
son.
confidence in those guys, though, I applaud that.
Good
Yeah.
form.
Yeah.
I honestly-
the whole bush thing. I feel like it comes in waves. Like maybe when we're older, bushes will be back in.
I don't
And
think
then-
so,
Hey,
because now
Ro-
there's lasers.
There's
Yeah,
always-
there'll probably be some new amazing painless.
Now there's
surgery that
laces,
just
pops,
erases
laces.
all the hair off your body.
I think
Lasers
they have
in
that,
your
right?
eyeballs.
Like
Probably.
I believe Dan Bilzerian, the king of
Yes, he
Instagram,
does. He lasers.
he
Yeah,
like lasered.
there's
his,
laser hair removal. It's a thing,
Yeah.
You'll probably
The
just
king
have
of
your own little
Instagram.
laser gun. You can just do it yourself.
like a little ray gun.
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Probably.
Dude, do you remember in like the first CODs when the ray gun came out?
Oh, that was a groundbreaking,
Oh my god, it was
groundbreaking thing.
Groundbreaking shit.
Absolutely groundbreaking stuff.
That was beautiful. Yeah. So, but anyways, the whole bush thing. I'm not saying I'm against it because I'm not, because a woman can do whatever she wants with her pubiscus. But I think that's the proper term.
Yes.
Hibiscus?
Pubiscus.
I thought is it?
I'm-
My body, my choice.
Yes.
I'm
thought-
actually
isn't that
one to
pubic?
enjoy a nice bush.
He does.
You know, like there's like,
Nicely
like
braided.
There's deep forest. There's some deep forest greens going on. That's not like
The forbidden
that might
fruit
be
is
it,
often
but,
the
like,
sweetest.
But if there's a little shape to it, it's trimmed up nice.
Landing strip.
It's a sensation to be like
So
be
what do you
felt.
do with
You know,
it? Like, do you just like rub it?
Do you like decorate it with Christmas ornaments and Christmas time?
like the hair only grows where the follicles start. So it's a natural thing.
Well, yeah. I
Oh
know.
yeah, 100%.
It's like-
Yeah.
It's like people for decades and maybe centuries even.
Oh,
have
100%
been
centuries.
enjoying Bush. We're the first. One of the first generations, first or seconds, to like start experimenting with less and less hair.
Yeah.
So it's become
Makes
a
you swim
norm,
faster.
and we're also like one of the first generations to like be able to just like in 5th grade check on our iPod touches and look at porn and see like that. Oh, it's a normal
In
thing. It's
class.
become, at school.
You know,
We're
we live in a
learning these things
generation,
at school. If you go to public school, luckily Jordan was homeschooled.
I went to
so-
public school
Oh,
till
by
3rd
state.
grade.
You know,
Also, you were
we live in a
seeing
generation, yeah.
shaved bush in 3rd grade.
Yeah, were you seeing some
Public,
trend?
at public school. That's why your parents took you out.
Sorry, I never told you guys my teacher. I'm joking.
Oh, I was like, oh god, we have a big story today. You know, we live in a time where girls
breaking
like to go
news.
out the window, they have to take their tops off. I think we need to encourage that.
Yeah.
I think I
I've always wanted to do the Mardi Gras bead thing. You know, where you throw them beads and they show their titties.
Just any time of year, anytime.
Oh,
just
you
always
just
be
do it
straight.
whenever.
nowadays they're throwing anal beads in there and they're showing their tits.
That's so funny.
Gotta
Yeah.
go to
So
New Orleans for
so
that.
Jake is actually for the bush, and that is good to know. That is good to know.
I would say I'm impartial. Like you can do what you want, but
Yeah,
I
no,
don't.
I'm not saying I'm against
yeah,
it
I
at
don't
all.
think it's ever been a thing that's been like.
Yeah, if you think a girl's
Gross.
sexy and slamming, like, you know,
Well,
I mean, you're not gonna
Bring a
just
nice
be
comb
Like,
and just kind of make it part on
what
the
are you
like,
gonna say no when you see it or something?
Oh,
like,
no,
yeah,
I mean, I'm gonna not
Well-
gnaw on it.
Oh,
I would.
floss my teeth after, but
I have some
That's so
good
gross.
like 70s, 80s Playboys, and they're
They had a lot
all
of
they're
Bush.
all Bush, and it's like Bush is beautiful.
Bush Cheney.
Bush is beautiful.
George Bush.
yeah. The other thing is like, as you were talking about, like back then, we're just now in a hairless society, if we can call it that. But,
Below
like,
the waist.
girls-
We got girls like
have
Kim
to,
Possible,
be
like,
shaved
the-
from the eyebrows down.
Yeah,
Trimmed
Like,
up.
imagine back in the day. I mean, they had as much chest hair as I did.
yeah.
That is crazy to think. Like, in their legs were like super hairy, and dudes just had to be like, "That's hot."
Well, they probably didn't know
Like,
any
right?
different.
Well, back-
they probably
yeah.
were like, "Damn, like I like that hair."
Like, damn.
Roman time, do you think they like shaved their leg? I don't.
They didn't have razors.
They didn't have
Raises?
Lasers.
Raises?
They didn't have no
I
razors.
mean, like in all the movies, are
Honestly,
all, like,
okay,
clean
yeah,
cut
they
and
did. They
looking
did have
like-
razors. They've always
had
had razors.
razors,
They've
yeah.
had They've always had razors.
The problem with the
Yeah.
movies is that it's some like smoking hot girl
I know.
wearing makeup. And
I know, and
mascara.
CJ.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, bro, that's not what they looked like.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean, the
come on.
dudes, it's probably
It'd be
pretty
great to
accurate.
see a real ass old movie like that where they actually go all out. And
Well,
make
in the
them
Roman
all-
times,
Well,
they didn't
in
have cinematography yet, but-
ancient Egypt, the men wore just as much makeup as the
Oh
women.
yes,
True,
that-
the
The
pharaohs
men would
would
wear
use
eye
those white
makeup.
wigs.
Yeah, with makeup.
That was
yeah.
colonial times.
Powdered
That was
wigs,
only
yeah.
in colonial times, which is scary.
That wasn't that long ago.
That meant-
Dude, can you imagine all of us like, hey, dude, can I try on your wig? Like, I want to get this.
Dude, the
style.
powdered
Like,
powdered
Where'd you
makeup.
get that wig, man?
You were
What
more
shop was that?
powerful. The bigger your wig was, the richer you
So
looked.
just get us
What was that?
Word.
What was that thing Joe Santagato did? It's like my mother used to say: "The bigger the bosom, the bigger the kingdom."
I think a lot of them too back then developed like really bad like skin something in their hair, so they would cover it up. Like,
Okay, is
they
it
didn't know
true?
how to
I've read
take
this.
care of
I've read
it.
this that they had some of them had wooden teeth. How the fuck does that
Oh,
work?
yeah.
George Washington had wooden teeth
Yeah.
apparently.
I don't know.
So
we
they
gotta ask,
just
we gotta ask.
so they just
It's-
get little,
it's weird.
Yeah, we have some dentists in the house.
We have
Hello.
some dentists in the house. Well, not full out
Hey,
dentist, but
hey,
what's your title again?
Augie, can you come up here?
Do you guys want to learn about wooden teeth?
That was
She's
a
like,
big
no.
no from us.
No, but I'm saying,
Big
okay, listen,
no
they piece
from
would
the
they just
audience.
open their mouth and stick them in there and be like, all right, you're good, you have teeth now.
But
That was the equivalent.
legitimately
That was the
have-
equivalent of veneers back then. George Washington's like,
There's
Did
actually
it ever rot?
an interesting.
yeah, they rotted out. I'm saying that's why they replaced them with things
Yeah,
because
but
their teeth
did
would
the wood
rot.
ever rot? Like,
Yes,
I don't
because
know.
wood rots eventually, right?
Right.
And
Unless
it
they put some like seal coat on it.
they don't have that.
I know.
Yeah.
There was an interesting study I saw based off of because during that time it was before the camera really started taking off.
When they
And-
put the curtain over the
yeah,
guy.
well, yeah, back before
you had to sit there for
before
5
people
minutes.
actually had cameras, people would do paintings. So
Yeah.
you're getting these images in movies that you're seeing all influenced by old paintings. Because if you had the money back then, you didn't hire a photographer; you hired a painter to paint you as you looked with your wig on and your makeup and your powder, whatever.
Back then, you were
whatever.
dripping.
Yeah, but there's a study, I can't remember what it was from, but it was like what Paul Revere and George Washington actually looked like
They got zits
in
and
real
shit that
life.
they just didn't
And
paint.
like, yeah, they like did CGI and stuff to recreate what they would actually have looked like, and then they'll put the painting of
I wanna
them
see that.
right next to the actual recreation of what they should have looked like, and these men looked like rats, just gnarly creatures.
They
just
probably do look like
gross-
rats.
Abraham Lincoln. I
gross
heard he was
rashes,
ugly.
whiskers. Yeah, it's really it was an interesting thing.
Well, they didn't really know about body health back then. I feel like is like what we know.
They
about
didn't
now.
have running water to take
Yeah,
a
it
shower.
was
You'd
just
have to
true.
draw a bath.
But on the same
Go
token,
soak
they
in a
did eat
tub.
all
Poop
natural
right out the
things. They didn't
window,
have a lot of
pretty much.
processed shit, obviously. So
Yeah, the poop out the window thing. I always thought like, isn't
didn't
there
have a
better
sewer
places
system.
to like put that? Like maybe dig a hole because they had shovels back then.
We're
Obviously.
still
Just
dumping it straight in the ocean these days.
yeah,
Well, it gets filtered through. Like we have a plant in Sumner right by our house, and it smells like ish sometimes. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
it goes through this special filtration thing,
And then we drink it.
And then we
water.
drink it. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's what Bill Gates is working on.
I mean,
for
they make
third world
filters.
countries.
Yeah, they make filters you can literally pee into and drink the water out of it.
that's pretty impressive.
Is it
Crazy.
those life straw things?
They have those, but also
So
like
you're saying I could put a
yeah.
life straw in the toilet after I piss and just drink up crystal clear,
Crystal
nice pH
Voss water out of the
For all,
toilet.
for all those van lifers out
for those
there,
van lifers.
van life.
Yeah.
you know, you gotta conserve your water.
Would you guys ever do that? The van life thing?
What's that?
I've
I would do it for
experimented. I've had a van.
3 months or 6 months and like just go experience life for a second, go do it, save up, go live it and do it, and then have a reset maybe. It could be like a cool reset.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, I couldn't. Due to COVID, where I work, we basically sold out of school buses when COVID happened because everyone was doing this van life shit.
That's
And it was just everyone's buying school buses, converting them into motorhomes and crap. The problem is you end up seeing them on Craigslist like 2 months later with the seats removed, and they just gave up. So a lot of them don't actually. Do it.
Awesome.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't know if I could because I like my Keurig, my TV.
Yeah, gaming. I
Elon
can't.
is giving that to everyone though with the internet
Starlink.
everywhere.
Starlink.
So you can be playing video games and you're sitting in the middle of nowhere on a lake and you have your TV in your van just chilling.
Terrible Wi-Fi from McDonald's
It's
across
not
the street.
terrible. No, you have Elon Wi-Fi, Elon internet.
I
Yeah,
mean,
it's
that-
got a whole 2
Yeah.
megabits per second. download. He's like,
think
well,
it's-
everyone's got internet. We didn't
Spe-
say it'd be good.
50, I want to say, was what they were getting.
50,
20 to
shit,
50.
That's not bad,
That's booling
honestly.
from
Speaking of
Cyber-
video game stuff, how was cyberbullying everything?
Did you guys ever get cyberbullied?
No.
No.
If that means you
I
just get
was the
insulted on the
cyberbully.
internet, like you could just walk away from the screen.
Yeah.
Like I know, okay, like, people are like, oh, they're so rude to me. Like, but I'm saying you can mute people, you can just unfriend them, you can just, you know what I mean?
It's like to me, it seems like there's two realms that we exist in today.
The cat's going behind the. He's going behind the fucking keg.
The cat's taking over the soundboard right now, guys.
Get it.
Holding on to the.
Just let him live, man.
Okay, I just want him to like unplug shit.
Oh, is it
Well,
like the
he's on.
All right, if we're off air in 3 minutes, it's the cat's fault.
So we're okay. Anyways,
Mr. Damn
I will say the cyberbullying thing. Like, I've never been a part of it, but like I do get it somewhat because
I
like,
don't.
When we are like in like gaming and we're in game chat, I mute everybody because like say it's the one game.
I talk shit to them directly.
Well, because the problem is it affects my gameplay. When someone's like, "Oh, Jet is trash," then it's like I just play even worse because I'm like, "Oh fuck."
That's why you talk shit back to them. Everyone's too soft,
Yeah, I
bro.
actually get like fueled with adrenaline when people try to trash talk and say I'm trash, and I just start shooting them harder.
That's good.
I just start yelling.
Okay, we haven't asked this question. Me and Jack have talked about this, but we haven't asked anyone else. And I think this is. I want to hear your answers.
All right.
So, and be realistic. Don't be those guys. Oh, you know. Okay.
Oh my.
Here's the question: how many fifth graders
Oh, I knew it was this.
could you take in a fight at once?
Jordan,
With-
you go
My
first.
before
my
they-
leg right now
before-
at the current
you're-
condition.
before going down. So you're in the octagon, right? And they just unleash.
You have no weapon though.
You unleash. It's a fight to the death, essentially.
Yeah.
How many could you take?
Well, I would probably go Flying Fist of Fury.
No, how
and-
many? How many?
Are
Let-
these,
let
are
me
these
talk
boys
out-
and
I'm
girls,
talking
or
out
are
my
these
suggestions.
just?
Let's just say boys. Let's say boys.
Let's just say, well, because girls hit puberty first in 5th grade, so you'd probably be able to take on more boys and girls. 'cause
That's smart.
All it
I
takes
honestly
is
still
one
think
hit
it
to the
wouldn't-
dome to knock them out. And that's it. As long as you get that one hit knockout,
I
you better
agree.
be ready for the next one. But it's all up to you when you're tired enough. So how long does your cardio last? I would say probably I would last.
But you got adrenaline going. This is to the
Yeah.
death.
Yeah, this
You
is
don't
to the
kill
death.
these
This
six-
is-
these
we're
fifth
in an
graders, you're
we're
gonna
in
die.
we're in an octagon, and they're letting them in one by one.
No, they're all
at
in.
us.
You just
They're
how many
all
you can
in.
take.
Where are these 5th graders from?
See, this is the talk.
The hood.
This is
They're
the
from
shit I'm talking
Berkeley,
about.
Washington. Are
This
they
is
from
the shit I'm
Irvine,
talking about.
California? From the
It's completely
white
it's
rich
com-
kids?
it's
or-
completely random. And here's the thing: we all know
It's all suburban white kids.
all
they all-
suburban
they're all-
white kids.
they're
I
all
would
coming
knock
at you
all
with
their
Nintendo.
asses
They're all
out.
coming they're all coming at you with Nintendo Switches and shit.
But you get some crazy ghetto kids up in there.
Okay, here's the
no
thing.
one.
Here's the thing. You're in a really good spot. This is what you do. However many there are, you grab one, you make an example out of him. You snap his neck in front of his friends, and then once they see that, they're gonna start coming at you a lot slower. And then you're taking them out one by one, discombobulating them, and then at the last one, you teabag them and then finish.
I think it would be like zombies. You kind of make the train going,
Yeah.
you know, and then slowly pick off one.
An octagon isn't that big though.
Okay, it could be a huge one, but I'm saying you're in a fenced area. You can't get out.
What
You
I
know
want to
mean?
do is kill one kid and then use his body as a weapon. And then just like if I could rip his arm off or something with the
Jesus
bone.
Christ. Okay, how many, Jordan?
25 maybe before I get tired. I don't know. I don't have that much
25?
cardio.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, Jake Todd, how many fifth graders?
Like if
26.
so if there's like they're obviously in this scenario 5th grade Caucasian white kids. I'd say I'd hope at least 50, but in
50?
but, like,
That's
you're
a
so
bold-
tired
in
by 50,
no,
though,
but
that's
listen,
why
like
your adrenaline-
like
your
if
50
they're
knockout
all
punches you got in you?
no, well, they're 5th graders. Come on,
That's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
okay.
You could
just
probably
slam their heads together.
you could probably get the fist in and the elbow in, knock 2 in 1.
But the
blow.
thing is that they come at you at once and pound on top of you. That's just a lot of weight.
But if you
know?
pick
Well,
up
that's
one
not
and throw it
so-
at 5 of them,
what I'm saying
got
is
6.
You got 8 of them
they're
gnawing.
like-
You got 8 of them gnawing on your Achilles. One's
there's
eight in your
always
neck.
I think 1 in 50 of these 5th graders. There's always that one just
That hit puberty already.
Igor
Yeah,
5th
that's
grader
true. That's
who's
true.
6 foot tall already.
True.
That's like the ringer in the bunch.
It's like in
Those are
prison.
one-
You
yeah.
find the biggest one, you take him out right in front of
yeah,
his friends.
so
Soft,
but
though, usually.
so
They get
like maybe
bullied.
1 in 50 of them is like a man child.
Just establish
Yeah,
dominance
so I'd
early.
probably say 50 because and then if you got to take 100, then there's 2 man childs amongst the little kids kicking your shins. You have to think about the shin kickers too. Those guys will fuck you up.
Yeah, I don't want my shins
The
getting hit,
shin
that's for sure.
kickers will.
You just have to appear like you're a fucking psychopath to scare them.
Well, that's-
like I said, you
yeah.
snap their friend's neck in front of them, you start going to ham.
It's like when you see a bear in the forest, you have to look big.
Exactly.
Does that actually work?
No,
don't
there's
know.
there's more methods now. There's actually a method. This guy
You're an
I
expert on
saw
bears?
on a
Are you a
dude,
bear
I wouldn't
expert?
do this. You go.
He's like, I watched
You
Bear
go like
Grylls
this.
since I was
Listen,
9.
listen. You go like this. Hey bear. You go.
Wait, which one is
Hey,
it? You have
bear.
to appear.
Seduce the
You
bear.
try to just talk to the bear.
You gotta seduce the
I
bear.
wouldn't-
Seduce
I
the
wouldn't
bear,
do
you
that.
go face down, ass up.
Hey bear.
Listen, Bear, you could have me or you could have this. I got a little cup of honey in my backpack here.
That's good.
And you
That's
spread it
good.
on your ween.
Dude,
Oh.
dude,
Then
can
you're
you
getting-
imagine?
Oh,
Dude,
yeah.
can you imagine if we're all in the forest, we see a bear, Jordan just starts stripping and like rubbing his nipples at it?
Wait, time out.
Hey,
Time out.
just walk. It'll just walk away. We're safe.
Yeah.
We're Jordan.
Time out.
Or
That's
he'll
that's
watch you.
that's an interesting thing. How many do you think? How many of us? I guess versus a bear, we all have like big ass knives. How
Dude.
many would it take?
I think
Bears
10
bleed out
to
super
20.
slow.
It would probably take a
would
lot
take-
of us to
yeah,
take out a
bears-
fucking bear.
They're
One of 'em?
stupid strong.
If it's a mama bear, it's a different story. It's
like the
daddy bear.
seen the bear scene in
We have
Revenant.
to take out its cubs first.
We have the cub as a hostage. Don't come any closer.
That thing
We
will-
got a next-
That thing will f you up.
I'll
dude.
do it.
will just literally kill you.
Oh fuck.
Dude, when I was
Bears
when I was a kid in Alaska, we used to get like our recesses canceled because of bear sightings on the playground.
You guys leave food out purposely, so you have to go home.
Yeah. We're like, oh no,
Oh,
it's
you
back.
can't
No,
go
we
home.
wouldn't.
You're
No,
locked
it
in
was
the
it was a
classroom.
normal occurrence. It was just like, hey, second recess is canceled. Bear sighting. We're having recess inside today.
We're missing a
Have a
kid.
good
We're missing a
day.
kid. Jessica got dragged into the forest, so she's dead.
And then there's a girl in the classroom who's like, damn, I should have brought my bow to class today. I would have shot that thing.
A bow's
I'm
not gonna kill a
serious.
fucking bear.
What was life like in
No,
Alaska?
like a
for
bow and
you?
arrow.
That's what I
That's what I'm
want.
saying.
Oh,
But a
okay.
bow is not gonna kill a bear.
Dude,
Still.
What was life
third
like
grade
in Alaska?
Third grade Alaskan girls can.
Is
kill
it
a
true?
bear,
Apparently,
like-
it's true that if you shoot a bear in the head, it can ricochet off its skull. Like it won't even.
It's a strong.
same with
yeah,
the
it's really strong.
yeah, same with
Which
the
is
human.
crazy.
With a bullet though?
All,
Yes.
all skulls.
Like
all
if it's a
skulls are
bigger, obviously, if
designed
it's a
around.
fucking massive bullet, then maybe not. But I'm saying you
like
could
a
shoot.
50 cal. That thing's
Okay, 50 cal, yeah. But I'm
reason
saying
you have to
you could
shoot
shoot
it-
it and it'll bounce off his head.
You have to shoot it so many times because its blood regulates so slow through its body.
Where do
that
you
when
get
it
these
bleeds
facts?
out-
Have you
Are
been
you a
reading
bear
them?
fact
As you,
expert?
I
yeah.
love animals.
Bears beats
Battlestar
Galactica.
What's that from?
The Office.
I'm very
Oh.
impressed by Jordan's bear knowledge. That's good.
Yeah, tell us what else is
Dwight.
rattling around up there.
Can you tell me anything about? Did you know dolphins are the only other mammal that rape each other?
That also enjoys sex. That also enjoys.
Yeah,
like,
they will like
both
they know the other one's
physically both,
non-consenting
yeah.
and they'll just fuck it anyways.
Yeah, but it still feels good for the female dolphin.
What, did they interview the
No.
female after? She said it felt good.
They
so.
studied the brain of the dolphin.
TMZ interviewed the dolphin
They
after.
found
My God.
Oh my.
more endorphins were released. So
Dude,
they-
whales will do
They're
threesomes,
smart.
bro.
Wait, what?
Remember the article we read? Whales have threesomes.
Whales have threesomes.
I swear.
Dude, shout out the whales.
Like
man.
she'll a female will
Cite
travel
your
with like two
source.
males and she'll fuck both of them on the way.
Really?
Yes.
She has two blowballs.
She uses them. Well, that's for sure.
You have one mouth hole, one blowhole. You know.
There's
whales-
even Eiffel Towers underwater.
I wonder how big a whale penis is. Like it's probably the size.
If
of,
anyone
like-
would know, it'd be you.
Yeah, because
Well, I
you know
mean-
bears, you know all animals. So
Can one of the
Can you imagine
can
if
one
it's
of
like
the
the size of
interns
Jake?
look up
It's
the
the
size
size
of
of-
a whale penis? I believe it's called a dork.
It is.
It is a dork. That's
It
what
is a dork. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Look
Look
up
up
the,
the
remember,
average
like,
dork
biggest-
I
size.
remember like middle school teachers saying like, "You're a dork." I'm like, "You're calling me a whale's dick." Like that's.
That's a whale
I'm a
penis.
bigger dick than you. Yeah, we're
Yeah, how
ready.
big's
What
it?
is it?
Wait, what's your guess?
8 feet.
92 centimeters.
6 feet.
I'm gonna say 28
No, wait, I take that back.
10 feet long.
10
10 feet. 10 feet. Dude, okay.
I don't even
10
think a 10-foot
feet?
dork would fit in a blowhole.
Dude, look At, I
Dude.
mean, like the ceiling.
Wait, can you? Okay, this is actually really graphic, but can you look up how big their loads are?
Oh,
No, we already looked that up. It's like 2 gallons or something, right?
Well, we don't know. We're guessing, aren't we?
We already looked this up.
How
on
much does
podcast.
that
long
go
time
for on the
ago.
black market?
Yeah.
You guys are cheating.
Is that
You've
one of
already
those
read
things,
the
like the secret to
articles.
life? You drink it and you get a longer life. I mean, who knows?
It could be.
Did you know that most of the most expensive perfumes are made from whale piss?
Yes.
That is
I thought it was-
eerie.
Or it's
Oh,
whale
whale sperm. I thought.
whale sperm.
Yeah.
No
It's,
way.
I thought it was whale piss. I don't remember.
I mean, what?
Or it's-
Japan is a country that still kills like dolphins and whales, right? We're the
Yes,
only-
they are poachers
Yeah.
of whales.
Fuck you,
oh
dolphin!
my god. Bailey,
Bailey found something very inappropriate she wants to show us.
are there pictures?
What
the
is there?
average blue whale produces over 400 gallons of sperm when it ejaculates.
400
Gallons.
400 gallons of sperm when
You're
it.
swimming down
400
that in the
gallons
ocean.
of
That's
sperm.
like the size of this room if it was filled.
Only
That's
10%
like-
of that actually makes it into his mate.
Whoa.
What's
360 gallons
Imagine
goes
being a
to
diver.
every time.
360 gallons.
Every time we've gone. Every time we go snorkeling, we're just
Okay,
You're like not
that's
swimming
not.
in
The
the
ocean
ocean
is so
during
massive
mating.
it does
why
not.
it's so
It's a big filter.
You're with your diving instructor. He's like, "This is a whale breeding
The thing
ground."
is, the ocean's so massive that would not contribute to
Okay,
anything.
so on
Nice, thank you.
on the terms of
love the
jizz here, did you guys ever like when you were like in high school? Did
no.
everyone ever say like if you eat pineapple, your jizz will taste like pineapple?
Oh,
It's sweet, apparently.
Well, if you eat a bunch of stinky onions and garlic, I feel like you can smell the person. Like
Jizz
when I make
you just eat onions. And
so
Yeah.
no, when I make my
Fucking
Mexican garlic
Shrek.
salsa, you smell the person that had it. Like if you didn't have it,
But I'm saying their jizz tastes like onions.
I don't think it probably doesn't taste very good. Why don't you ask a woman? I've never tasted jizz. Have you?
I have not.
No.
That was
You
slow.
haven't
to
even
answer.
tasted your own jizz.
Well, I mean, like if you kiss them after they're done doing their thing, possibly.
Technically, I guess.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I heard
I
though
thought
it
it
does. I
was
think
more
it does
of.
work.
I didn't think it was more of a flavor thing. I thought it was for volume.
Oh.
No, it's a flavor thing.
I've
It's a
actually
flavor.
like I've been talking to people about this, and it's been
You taking a poll?
no, it's been a thing that I think like
Instagram.
I'm probably gonna try.
You're
Just try like a jar or a freaking ocean spray bottle of whatever the fuck
save it?
pineapple juice, and then just experiment. See like does this actually work?
So you're gonna take a
Because
shot
I
of your. Are
haven't-
you wait?
I-
Wait. Are
I
you,
haven't
I
made
was
it.
very
You
scared.
gotta
Like,
make
human
he was like
experiment.
collecting.
no.
it.
You
These
gotta
are
say
human
you,
experiment
you
right
gotta
now.
make you gotta make your control. So you're just like
Hold
eat
it-
your
controlled
eat your
environment.
cheeseburger and
When you're only
salsa,
eating
whatever
onions
you
and
want.
garlic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just eat whatever you want, and then
Controlled
and
experiment.
then ejaculate, and then for a day, like
Write a
do the
thesis
things.
out,
Yeah,
Write a
eat your
thesis, a statement, and
yeah.
hypothesis.
a
Yeah,
And then
my
hypothesis, there we go.
hypothesis is if I drink a gallon of pineapple juice
And mangoes,
and
too.
eat
Eat
mangoes and
mangoes.
eat avocados, I will be
It's an
able.
avocado,
I'll be a stud. But
So are you gonna
think
you
it's
gotta
for,
try
like
it.
stamina, not just taste?
No. I don't think. I think it's for like volume, maybe taste. I don't know. It could because like you could be producing some immaculate ejaculation.
let me ask you this. So are you gonna be taking like little taste tests of your own FAP?
No, my whole thing was like I could always get a volunteer to stand in the corner. But but you
Jordan,
free
can
FAP
I-
here.
Yeah. Hey, Jordan, can I talk to you for a second?
But if you're
How much
if
time do
you're-
you have?
If you're eating garlic and onions and burgers and you only produce 3 shots worth of your own semen,
This is so
and
in
then-
your
depth.
blood is
and
filled
then-
with that grease that you ate. Your
And
blood
then-
is circulating slower because of that.
and then
semen.
you drink the pineapple juice and you go through it and then you all of a sudden produce 5 samples instead of 3 just based off of
Well,
what
if
you
you
ate.
wait a day, we all know. Like,
All right, if we make enough money off this podcast to quit our jobs, we're all taking a shot of each other's FAP. I'm just kidding.
I was like, I'm the only one down for that.
If you
I'm
guys,
kidding.
down.
I'm
I-
kidding. Well, Jake
if
was
you
talking
guys
about
get
making
tested
samples.
first, I can do anything.
Well, just make
you
samples,
know?
I guess.
It's not sexual.
That
We don't have
is
to know whose FAP it is.
scary.
Okay, so
I'm
like,
kidding.
This
Jesus.
like, oh, this one's salty. This one
It's
is,
like that scene in
this
Napoleon
one tastes
Dynamite
like
when he's trying the
pineapple.
different types of milks.
It's not bad
Exactly,
for you. If
exactly.
women do it. Like,
well, no, it's not
women
bad
eat
for
it,
you. It's
yeah,
just
it's right.
gross.
It's gross.
Yeah, I-
well, yeah.
For us, not
Yeah.
them.
There's plenty.
still think
there's-
it's gross.
There's
even for
plenty of
them.
gross things people do for money.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
I feel like drinking a sample of FAP.
Okay,
is
here's
not the
something.
worst
Here's
thing
something.
you could do.
So if a billionaire came up to you, like an old dude came up to you, he's like, "Hey, let me have
How
my
much?
way with you for
How
like $1
much?
million." Would you
have
do
your
it?
How
way,
much?
Like have his way with you for the night. $1 million
How
will pay you.
much?
a man or a woman
A
billionaire?
man. A man. He's a billionaire.
man
He's like,
billionaire?
I'll give you $1 million.
No.
2 million?
Honestly, I'm roofing myself and I'm doing it.
You're
yeah, I
roofing
would
it?
get just super fucked up. I'd pop as many perks as I could.
Is
and just
it?
get
Are
kinda
we
like the
talking? Are we
wobbly and-
talking like Joe Biden billionaire, or are we talking like a handsome billionaire?
We're talking like Warren Buffett.
Warren Buffett?
Warren Buffett.
But the thing is,
Does
he
he?
won't
Does he?
last very long. These
Will
days.
Will he be wearing his hat the whole time?
I hope so.
I hope
Okay,
so.
Maybe.
Epstein
Yeah.
had
Maybe
relations
Buffett.
But
with
I would.
him.
Okay, here's the thing. Let's be honest here. Let's put all the cards on the table. If someone's got $1 million in a briefcase for you, and you say, "I'm giving you this," like honestly,
I can forget.
you got to do what you got to. I can
$1
forget
million
that.
dollars-
I can.
Yeah,
I can
remember.
forget that. I'm roofing myself. And I'm like, I'm laying to have my way. Yep, you know.
$1 million can be persuasive.
Next day, I'm getting a shot of penicillin. I'm back on my feet.
Yeah.
I mean,
There we go. Come on. Are you telling me what it's?
Yeah, I hate like if you
Come
do this
on,
with, if you
come
do this
on.
with the like alpha male like adults are in their 40s. You're like, dude, I would never for like $1 billion. No, it's like for $1 billion.
Yes, you
I
fucking
will
would.
do most anything.
once you have
Yeah.
$1 billion, you're making more money if you're
Yeah,
smart
exactly.
with
It's
it. If
like-
you're smart with
It's
it.
like let's look at this from. Let's step back. I mean, you're setting up your kids' kids. It's like.
Well, I don't want that. It's for me mostly.
Well,
no,
I'm not
but
having
saying,
Your
like,
kids.
butthole to
so-
get
Imagine
destroyed for one night.
Yeah, imagine if
And it's an old dude. It's not like you're getting screwed by Og-Mudbone.
yeah, Og-Mudbone. Do you guys
Rest
remember
in
that?
peace. Rest in peace, OG-Mudbone.
die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
looking him up,
like,
and
bro,
that
about
guy,
a
his
little while-
cock was like
Yeah,
15
no.
inches.
That was
We
not.
used to
That's why
have-
he died. Is too
In my
big.
old house I lived in about a year, 2
poster
years
of him on the
ago. We put a rest in peace. We made a little.
You made a
memorial.
shrine for Og-Mudbone?
Yeah, a little shrine for him when he passed away. We watched some of his films, and
Films.
he
He was an artist.
The guy was a talent.
He was one of the OGs. Like he put Ron Jeremy to shame.
Dude.
Like
The
did that
thing
guy
is,
have a
I remember
career?
only watching.
How did
one
we get
video
off on
of
this
his.
tangent?
I don't know. I remember watching one video of his, and he was in. So he pulls up in this army truck Humvee, and he's got like the army cap on. He's like, he's being like a drill sergeant. And then the other girl was like, he was like, "Were you MIA, missing in action?" She's like, "I don't know. Maybe you'll write me a citation." And then she's in like an army outfit. What
the fuck?
dude? It's like this long. So only like that much of it goes in. He's just bottom.
have
down
you
every
ever
time. It's
have,
like, what's the
Oh,
point?
have you ever got
come
the
on.
internet link like during the fire? Like remember the fires we had in Enumclaw? Or like
How are
in,
we
in
connecting this to OG?
no listen have
Just listen. It's,
like this was one of them. I've had multiple of these texts sent to me, but do you remember
for it
like do
every
you remember the
time.
wildfires this summer that we
Yeah,
had?
of course.
It was people with this link went around, and there was other like fake excuses, but people would be like, check out this breaking news, blah blah blah, and it just you click on the link because
Oh, yes, I get those,
and
yeah.
then it's straight the picture of Og-Mudbone just sitting there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that.
like the classic, you know, the
Yeah, the one where
Og-Mudbone
he's
picture.
like,
yeah.
yes, and it's just this-
Yeah, have you?
for
Who's
so
not?
many
Who's
times.
not
Who has
gotten
not
that?
gotten that?
Who's
That
not
went,
gotten
that
one of
broke
those
the
texts?
internet. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone got it.
Yeah.
That's scary stuff.
He's a legend.
I mean, he was definitely like
Everyone
top
pay
childhood
homage.
heroes.
Pay homage.
Just a quick moment of silence for Og-Mudbone.
Yeah, we'll do a quick cheers for Og-Mudbone. I don't have any drink left, really. Are we taking a break, Jack? You didn't say
Yeah,
anything.
where
You just
did
walked
Jack
away.
go?
I don't know. I kind of got to take a leak too.
Okay,
but
well, I guess we'll take a bathroom
I'm
break.
holding it.
Awesome.
I'm holding it. We're well. I thought we were going for raw recording today.
We just were. That was pretty raw.
pretty raw.
Pretty raw ween.
Got to go drain the mud bone. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I like how Jack doesn't say anything. He just stands up
He
and
just stands up and walks away. Break the wrist, walk away.
break the wrist, walk away.
Break the wrist, walk away.
You think anyone wants a roundhouse kick to the face while I'm wearing these bad boys? Forget about it. Do you think I got where I am today because I dress like Peter Pan here?
Forget about it.
Dude, the first.
You think I'm a failure because I go home to Starl at night? Forget about it.
I'm gonna post this on Instagram. Like, oh, it's on a podcast. Check it out. The first person to click the link to swipe up to find my podcast is gonna be my mom. Like, I know this, and she's gonna be listening to this.
Not the most clean episode either.
Oh, dude.
His mom Googles him every day to check on him. He's like, any new news on Jake Todd?
No, yeah, no, that's how it is.
Are we taking a break or?
Oh, we
You-
did.
we?
You just left and we're like,
I
hello?
figured you just keep the conversation
No, I
going.
thought I'm saying, are we taking a bathroom break? And then you're just like,
We don't have guests.
you just kept
often
walking, didn't say
on
anything.
the show, but you know, every once in a while,
Typical
you
James,
know,
often confident.
the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse
Gets the cheese.
Very true.
That he does.
So Jake, we kind of wanted to interview you a little bit. What's been going on in your art world? So just kind of open the door and take us on the path down Jake Todd's mind of artist.
Our brain is open and you're the glass of wine.
Where do you find your inspiration?
My inspiration. That I get asked that question a lot, and usually like I'm in my little studio area, and people are looking at my paintings like, what inspires this? And I always jokingly turn around because I always have this painting in the corner with some immaculate titties. And I just point at the titties and I'm like, yeah, that's my inspiration right there. And it's ha ha ha, laugh, but it's really every moment, every waking moment I'm alive, I'm seeing things like I could be sitting here right now and just seeing seeing the top of like some beer cans. I'm like, oh yeah, these circles from this angle of vantage point, it's nice. Like it's anything that I see. When I was a kid and I was younger, it was a lot more. I'm trying to like work my way towards getting to more of that childlike mindset of everything being like awe-inspiring and everything being interesting. Because it's hard. It's hard as you get older. You get certain things become normal. as when you're a kid and you're in second grade, you see that thing for the first time that you end up seeing for the rest of your life. Like it's inspiring to you, but like really everything around me in any point in time is inspiring me. My brain's always ticking.
Gotcha.
Lately, it's been lame because most of my inspiration's been coming from like scrolling on Instagram and just seeing shit.
That's why
that I
it's
see.
titties. 'Cause titties are all
Yeah,
over
probably
Instagram.
Do you get any
titties.
from Pornhub? Any inspiration?
You know, like I do, but it's like it tends to be too graphic, and like I don't want to be like just being painting lewd graphic scenes all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah, I get
There's
that.
been people who've made livings off of that, but like not really what I like. It's fine. It's nice to find that fine line
Yeah, I get
between graphic pornography and fine art, and trying to find that thin line between it. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun because it's more fun for the viewer because some people will see it straight off the bat and be like, that is sexualized. That is something wrong and dirty. But other people in different mindsets, when they see it, they're not even there. They're like, oh, this is, how did you paint that dog in the corner?
that. Gotcha.
Why is it like that? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
I did have something.
I have a question, but you can go.
To go back on your thing about like having like a child mindset or whatever, did they say? Is it true like that's why time seems to go by faster as you get older because you don't have any more first experiences? Like when you were little?
That is a weird concept
weird.
that's been growing on my mind more and more. I think once I hit, I mean, I'm only 23 right now, but once I hit 20 years old, that's when the whole like the annual, oh, this month went by quick, this year went by quick.
Yeah.
You're working because you're not going to school, taking new classes, learning new things. At the point where in the point where you're in your 20s, depending on what your profession is, you're going to work and you're repeating the same things over and over again, and it becomes monotonous. So it's like my job for me as an artist to figure out what I can expose myself to, find new, because the world, the universe, there's infinite things you can be exposing yourself to and finding that give you that awe-inspiring, what the hell even is this? What is going on in the times
Seeing a new
today? Yeah,
view.
you can go into any rabbit hole you want, and that's when you there's ways I believe you can control your experience in your perception of time. You can, I believe you can slow it down. It's a challenge though, because we do wake up at the same time every day. We get in that same sleep schedule, and we go through the motions of the day. And that's when I believe your perception of time starts to go by quicker. And it's true, but like you can't really help it. When I haven't had kids yet. None of us have had kids
Not
yet.
that
But
I know of.
I think once I think that once that point kind of happens, then you're invested in your kid, and I think that's when it really goes faster. I'm not positive.
Makes sense. It makes sense that it
I've
would.
asked lots of people older than me, ranging from 5 to 15,
Kids
20
age you,
years.
too.
Yeah, like I think that it's kind of a thing that you can control a little bit, but I also think it's an inevitable reality of life. I think experiencing your first 5 summers of your life, you're seeing things like, I don't know, if you go to different destinations, I think you can slow down that period. But it's also kind of an inevitable thing when you get older. You know, oh, it's already Valentine's Day? What the heck?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
That was an interesting point you made of like, I've never thought of it like that. Like it's a challenge, but you can actually slow it down, and it's a daily process. I've never thought of it like that. That's interesting.
So you got to travel, see new things, get inspiration. That's
Yeah,
what
I always feel like vacation goes by so fast.
Goes
You're
by
seeing
too
all
fast.
This new but then it's like it's almost like this fine line of
Van life.
when there's so much new shit.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
like an overload if you're
Oh,
doing
yeah.
all this crazy shit.
And then you don't even realize what the fuck else is going on around
it's
you.
like, oh, it's been 2 weeks now. I gotta fly back. Like, it's,
Okay, my question was a little farther back, but anyways, what is the longest amount of time, or like a number figure, of how long you've spent on a painting?
9 months.
And what was it of?
The one I just recently finished. But I wasn't spending as much time actually focused on this one specific piece because with the whole pandemic and everything kind of hitting, it kind of made my whole world kind of pause for a minute, and like I was trying to adapt and trying to survive because I there was points at the beginning, like a year ago, like where I was thinking like, what can I do to survive and live and not die from this deadly virus thing? But now things are coming. I feel like they're coming to some sort of not closure, but they're progressing. We're getting vaccines and things, but like there's one piece I've been working on now for myself, just for gallery shows and whatnot. I'm working on a collection right now, and there's a piece I've been working on for 6 months, and it takes time. Like I can't just go straight into it and be like, boom, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna attack this, this is gonna happen. I need the right energy for it to flow, and that's why I usually have 5 or 6 paintings in the works at a time, because some days are just not the right mood for that painting, so I have to go work on another one
You also get
to get
fresh
myself.
eyes, too.
Yeah, you get
It's called fresh eyes.
Yeah, you can freshen your eyes, you freshen your mind. It's just like maybe 1 month I'll be like, all month I'm just working on one specific thing, but then I also, when you have the pressure of like this client wants his painting done by July 13th, and he gave me this much time.
It constricts your creativity a little bit.
It constricts it a little bit.
Yeah.
But like this painting, the last one I did that I said took me 9 months. That's probably one of the longer ones
Is
that's
that the
taken.
one with the DMT off in the top left corner?
No, that's the one that I've been working on that I'm not done. I'm assuming like it'll
'Cause
probably.
as long as I've known you, you've been working on that one.
Yeah, since I moved up, I've been slowly working on that one, and it's been evolving in ways I couldn't explain it. But there's no commission, there's no time constraint. This is just me, my artistic integrity, just trying to figure out who I am on this canvas. Like me and Caleb went down to his shop, and we built the frame by hand, and we stretched it, and we're
cool.
we're experimenting like how we can make these canvases work the best for us. And like I didn't gesso or prime this one, I just went straight into it. So the kind of the priming process was me actually freehanding into it, which no one will ever see that stuff. And it was almost like that whole process was really crazy. And like if people saw that side of me, I wouldn't want them to see it. Like I probably should slow down about talking about it on air because it's kind of creepy. It creeps me out. But then it gets covered up, and it changes, and it turns into something completely different. So
Gotcha.
it takes a long time to try and figure out what happens. But then on a daily basis, different things inspire you, or at least me. I don't draw like the same thing every time, and it's always I'm trying to learn something different about myself and what I can do.
It's honestly really crazy to me to think about like that like little piece of paper or like your material that you made that probably only costed you $50 or $100, or let's say $500 can go for bajillion bucks, thousands of dollars, like Banksy or like, I mean, the new NFTs too. Have you been seeing those?
Yeah. That's crazy. It's
digital
fucking
art.
nuts.
Yeah,
I like kind of want to learn how to do that now. Like,
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Didn't one sell for like
50
50
Yeah.
million or
it's
some
like
shit?
nuts, dude.
That's fucking crazy.
The NFT thing that I don't get is
it.
that I think it's just this fad of, like, I don't understand
It's
because
not money
it's just
laundering.
a
or what is
digital.
it? Yeah.
That's what I've almost thought it was,
Yeah.
and I was reading things.
It
on
makes
about
sense,
how
though.
It
it's
could be.
money laundering.
That's what it
Because-
makes sense.
Because
could
you're
be.
not like someone put the Nyan cat thing
Mm-hmm.
on a little thing, and it sold for like $2 million, and it's like. Now, put yourself in that shoes. I know a lot of people have a lot of disposable income, but $2 million is still, besides the handful of little billionaires who are not buying NFTs, we know that.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is buying a $2 million animated GIF of Nyan Cat?
It's a flex, I think.
My buddy who sails, he's a sailor. He freaking has a YouTube channel. He sails across the freaking world. He gets hired pretty much as a third party. Somebody calls him up. He thinks he pretty much works for the cartel sometimes, but the way they move money is you get a $50,000 yacht, $100,000, $500,000 yacht in cartel money down in Mexico or wherever you're at, and then you just move it up to America, and then you sell it, and then you have that money. So it's like,
Makes sense, actually.
That is what I think the NFT thing is, because some of them, like, I've scrolled through, like, I don't remember what the main website is. You scroll through it, and there's a bid for, 100 Ethereum, which is, what is that, $200,000, and it's just, like, all this crazy shit. and it's like, I know that like none of us in here are wealthy, and maybe we don't understand having that much money. But at the same time, it's like when paintings are going, or these NFTs, these digital things that you cannot even hold. It's not like it's Bitcoin that's at this point worth something. This is literally a GIF you could probably find on Google Images.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
yeah.
It's like-
so
and just have it like download it. And
It's like I have a JPEG of this in 4K.
what-
it's when you're an artist, you sell your original piece, and then you sell your prints of that piece. My original paintings will go for whatever $500 to $8,000 or whatever, and then you have your prints of that same piece that you're selling for $20 a pop. Only one person gets the original that I touched with my own hands.
yours is physical.
But
Yeah,
listen.
yeah.
But then when it comes to the NFT, there is multiple documents proof that this is the OG file.
Yeah, but
And-
at the same time, it's just a picture. You can open it up and just snip. Like
No,
just
yeah,
a clout
it
or
is.
something?
That's the no.
it
That's
the
what I'm saying.
clout?
It is because there is enough people with enough money out there that they will pay for the clout of
I
owning
own
owning the original file, because they're like, hey, look at me. You want it? I have the original file. There's billions of people out there that screenshotted this same thing that
Do they
love
make
it,
money for
and
that?
they have that as their screensaver on their phone, and they
Gotcha,
have
okay.
it as their wallpaper, and they've printed it out themselves. But I have the OG file. There's been like last year there was this huge controversial art exhibit in LA about this artist, and he duct taped bananas to a wall and was
Oh, I
selling,
saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that. It was
yeah.
fucking, yeah, I
and
saw
he
that.
was selling them for like $10,000-$20,000 a
sold
pop,
them.
and he sold them all.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the joke of it. It's of art. Yeah, it's like it's evolving and
or
it's
what?
evolving into this thing where it's just like, yeah, it's a rotten piece of duct tape with a moldy banana on it now, but I had that. If you, I think
yeah.
I think the people that have that expendable income, like why are kids going out in high school saving up all their money they can to buy the latest drop from whatever hype beast
Louis
company
bag.
that they can, because they're the fact that they have one of the original pieces that everyone else is buying fakes of.
yeah, okay.
That makes sense.
It's kind of like you're justifying your class or your status.
I get that.
That's kind of, I think, a lot of what art is like I want a big amazing original piece because I need this status for myself.
Yeah.
It's an ego thing, I think, for
And
people.
That makes sense.
The
It feeds the
blockchain
ego.
thing is beautiful for NFTs because with a blockchain is a public ledger. So it's like no matter what, there is irrefutable because the ledger can't be changed. It's like it's a public ledger. Everyone can see it. Every transaction, if it's cryptocurrencies or whatever, the NFTs, it's like this NFT was bought by this person and it is publicly displayed on a fucking ledger. Like you can't fake it. You can't whatever. It's like it's ingrained in stone. Like you did that. I still don't get the $50 million thing.
Yeah.
But I will say though, the one that sold for $50 million, if you looked at it, so it looks like this big compilation of images, but you can like the resolution's got to be like 100,000 pixels. I don't know what the fuck it is, but you scroll into one, and it's each scene is something different of people walking down a street. Another one's these lampposts, and you just scroll out, and there's like 1,000 images. So it is pretty cool.
It's the progression of humanity to me.
I like where you were going with the banana thing. Like, there's a new photographer in LA that actually sits the actors down, puts them on like a crappy like plastic chair. There's no makeups, no lights or anything, and it looks like horrible photography. But now this guy is famous for shooting, and it's like crooked. It's shot on a little handheld
A
freaking
Nikon
camera,
Coolpix.
but they look real. They look like the real actor themselves. No makeup, like and everything.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
people are finding more attraction with that than
It's funny
because
how
it's just
now
they see the same thing every time. You know,
It's funny how the waves go
Yeah.
of like now we're buying real things. Like we will pay
People want
more money to see
authenticity.
it real, like a real actor. Because now everything in our fucking world is fake. Everything we see.
yeah.
And so it's like now I'll pay money for real shit when we would pay money used to for other shit.
That's the thing. What art is to me is I think it's a snapshot, a quick picture of a state of what your culture and humanity is. It's a preservation of that because it's only there for 1 second sometimes. It's only there for 1 year sometimes, and then we've moved on. We're gonna in 10 years we'll be looking at the $15 million picture, and it's thought. It's not really something we can put our fingers on, but it keeps moving, and I think it always will be moving in a way. But that's kind of, you go to any art professor and tell them to define art. You can get the Webster's definition, but you still don't have a solid definition, because it's always something that's fucking with our heads and changing the way we think about the world around us.
When did you go to like an art school or something, or when did you figure out you were like good at painting?
Oh, well, I think when I figured out I was good at painting was like, I don't remember. It was before my parents were divorced, so I was probably first, second grade. But my next door neighbor was a painter, and he came over and kind of brought some supplies over and was showing me around, and I like painted a horse or whatever, and I was like, this is kind of cool, like how this works. This is kind of what it is. I don't really remember what his name was, John, I think, but I've always wanted to draw things. I've been drawing since I can remember. I still have drawings of mine from preschool and stuff, and like watched it evolve. But it's always, I've never had another thought in my head. Like in school, I always had good grades, graduated honors and whatever. But it's always been in the back of my mind. Yeah, I'm gonna grow up and be a painter. It doesn't really matter. Cool. And then when it came time to go to art school, I just ended up getting in lots of like weird beefs and things with my professors, and like we'd have critiques and people would understand what I'm doing. The professors were confused and they were wanting to like flunk me or like give me grades and push me. Like their whole job is to push me to be better, but we'd end up always just struggling with each other. So
yeah,
I don't know.
No, that's cool. That's cool to hear.
Shit. 10 years from now, we were saying, like how everything changes 10 years from now. Elon really thinks we're gonna be on Mars in 10 years.
Well,
what do you
I
think?
believe what we're waiting for. So
Why not?
I believe what we're waiting for is what's called the singularity, right? So when, like, supposedly when AI actually happens, which there's about 6 different real teams working on it, this thing called the singularity is gonna happen, and that's when it's like Nobel Prize level discoveries happen every second, because we'll have this ultimate being that can literally wrap its mind around all the information on the internet, every document we've ever had, scan all of it in a couple seconds, and literally unravel the whole world. So
and that's evil and kill humans are killing the earth.
Yeah. We don't know how that works. There's a team.
It could get access to all the missiles.
Well,
if it wants to, it can.
There is a guy called Ben Goertzel, and you guys ever see that Sophia robot? The one that,
it's just creepy.
Okay, yeah. So he's the lead designer there. The dude's got like 6 PhDs. He's like our age of Einstein. He's fucking insane. And so he's working on 2 big projects. One's called Singularity Net, which is an AI based on blockchain. The second one is actually trying to figure out how to keep cells alive forever. So basically, like human
immortality. Yeah.
And so the thing is that we're actually like close to this. And I don't know if it'll happen I think it'll happen in our lifetime in the next 10 to 20 years. You and I will probably be 50, 60 when like AI is a real thing. And it's like,
I thought that already is. Like, computers can. My buddy does AI stuff.
Yeah, so what we're talking about is artificial general intelligence. It's called AGI. So we have little AIs that can do a specific task. Like,
it's...
I got
it's
a crazy
good at one
AI
thing.
story for
So
you.
like AGI is a general intelligence of, there's a lot of different ways to, skin a cat. But it's AGI is the one that's generally intelligent, like us. And then, because we already have this framework of all the information in the world on the internet. It's like if you make something that can access that, think, and whatever. So when that happens, I believe that's what Elon Musk is talking about, of when that happens, then the singularity happens. And then it's like, now we have all of this knowledge of how the fucking world works. And it's like, oh, actually, you can make a rocket engine by turning this atom to this, and now it costs 2 cents to make fucking rocket fuel, and now we're exploring freaking other galaxies and shit. So it's like, the things we just have
We
that
turn into the aliens.
yeah. So it's like the
We're
fucking,
late to the party, my friend.
yeah. So the fucking thing that takes us like 20 years to discover and figure out, that thing figures out in seconds, and it's like, oh, actually, you can go light speed with this, and
Yeah.
then it's like now we're. So I believe that's what they're waiting for, is for that to happen.
AI is some crazy stuff. My buddy works in AI, and he was telling me about this software that can build 100 like fake news articles a second, or not a second, but like a minute by just going online, and it builds all these fake articles.
Yeah. So that is what we have now. We have AIs that are like specifically good for a certain task, and like, and that's like great. But what we're talking about is like a general intelligence. It's called AGI, is what we're waiting for, and it can be good or bad. Like some people have this crazy theory of it already happened, and it's the cycle of life. Is humans happen, we make AI destroys humans, AI makes humans, starts it over, and that's how.
I've heard that.
The Egyptians.
Obviously, we don't know if that's true, but some people think it's a cycle of life. We make technology destroys us, creates human life, and it.
One of the humans succeeded and became the aliens that figured out time travel.
The Nephilim.
Plot twist.
Then we go down the Nephilim road, but the big monkey wrench in the whole AI thing is that if you're religious, you cannot be religious and really comprehend AI and the singularity, because if you are a religious man in any way, then none of that's going to happen, because that's not in the Bible, Quran, whatever the fuck it is. No one talks about that. So it's like, if you believe in that, then we're never going to create a more supreme being than what is a supreme being, so it doesn't fucking matter. But
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look back at like all these books of the Bible that have been stolen from our history by rich people, it kind of makes it seem like it's either the end times for us, but maybe it's just the end times for this cycle.
yeah, no, that's very.
When's
very
the
true.
sun running out of juice? We got how many?
Or when do we run out of room on our planet? I mean, I heard that by 2050, always growing up, if we don't figure out a transportation system, like our roads are not on a grid, we'll be complete like gridlock.
Yeah,
pretty much.
and that is the other problem thing, is
30
like
years from now.
we have this whole like. We have this whole like going green movement, and then, but if you really look into it, it's like, okay, now we're harvesting as much fucking lithium we can possibly get out of the ground, and then in fucking 5 years, the freaking Prius ends up in the junkyard. Now we're filling that shit up. What happens when we run out of lithium, the fucking shit to make batteries? Like, we don't have a sustainable.
Well,
We're gonna run out of Teslas? Is that what you're
America,
saying? Oh
Canada,
God!
And England, one of the greenest. We're the only countries really contributing to being green. If it's just us, that's not going to change the planet.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's the
it's
thing.
very
We're
true.
wasting money on trying to be so green, but every other country, China, where we get our imports from, they can do it illegally there by just polluting the air and stuff, and that's why we get our stuff cheap, like, from them. But
Dude,
we can't do it here.
It's very true. Like in so like if you guys know anything about like diesel engines, so in like 2007, all diesel engines in only the United States had to have what's called a DPF on it, diesel particulate filter. They all run like shit. They don't run well unless you get them on the highway at 60 miles an hour every couple days. They have to do this regen. Anyways, it's a pain in the ass, right?
You got to get like a special fluid for your.
Yeah, the DEF fluid, the
Yeah,
fucking DEF fluid.
the
Yeah.
DEF
Yeah,
fluid.
That's
Yeah.
the that's the kind of
Yeah,
drive my
so
truck.
we had to do all this shit for the environment and stuff. And literally, like, diesel engines used to go 1,000,000 fucking miles. Now they go 200K and you gotta fucking replace them. And this is from the industry that
Sounds
I'm in.
like a conspiracy to me.
Yeah, and so it's like, but where I'm going with it is you go to fucking Europe, and I remember my parents telling me this, and even like, like from where I work at, there's some manufacturers in Europe, they don't have any of that. So like their newest 2021 fucking models go 1,000,000 miles. Ours go 200K before you need a fucking engine
Buy
on it.
another one.
Yeah, and so it's like they don't have DPFs, they don't have DEFs, they just run whatever the fuck they want. Everyone out there is just running diesels, and it's fine because there's no regulations. We're the only ones, and so it's like it's costing people. They've spent $500,000 on a new fucking coach, whatever. 200,000 miles into it, you got to spend another $80,000, put another fucking engine into it, because to do the regen thing, they got to go like 1,000 degrees to burn up the soot and shit. It's like we're the only country doing this. Like, this isn't helping. Like, we
It
still
doesn't.
have
Sounds
other
like a
entire
conspiracy to
Third world
me.
countries, and it's like black, like smog and.
Like
stuff.
India's the most polluted fucking air. Like, have you ever seen pictures? Dude, it's
Yeah.
bad. It's bad.
Even
dude,
LA looks gross.
Yeah, LA has like smog all over. Yeah,
China
yeah.
was wearing masks for like 10 years before COVID. Like, remember that?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you'd see
know.
pictures. They were always wearing them because it's just like.
And our lungs are so good in America. We got these thingies for us,
We got
just to
puffs.
level us out with the
Washington
rest of the
air is
world.
good
And it has to
air
even
out
us
here.
up with everyone else.
Yeah.
Just other parts of the country you go and breathe and it's all like hot and sweaty and just
Just yeah, it's groggy and.
you can go outside in Washington and just
The only thing I don't get about the whole
nice.
Elon Musk thing to Mars is like obviously we can't live there without like a dome of shit.
terraforming the planet.
Yeah.
Growing
So it's like
potatoes with
walking
our
around
own
trying to
poop.
figure out-
So it's like, what is the point then? Like we're still going to need Earth resources to fucking live there. So it's like you got to find like
If they can figure out the soil and try
the
to
black hole in Saturn to take us to the other. fucking planets.
Or two black holes colliding, and if you're on the right path, you can actually travel back in time.
Apparently
Saw
there was a
that.
there was
Neil
a black
deGrasse- yeah, deGrasse Tyson,
I
yes!
saw that. I love
Crazy
that.
shit.
Z, you want to explain
Crazy shit. I don't want to explain that, but I do want to explain something else because we did mention something with the Egyptians. Okay, this is actually this is a little off topic, but it's kind of
How
the
they
same.
harness power?
Yes.
Yes.
And about the pyramids and stuff. Something very
Water.
interesting I read an interview that I read is that the Egyptians weren't just idiots with sandals, okay? So here's the thing.
Jerusalem
All
cruisers.
all of the pyramids all over the world are placed strategically, and they're all happen to be on these
Equator line.
like specific tectonic plates. Now this is actually a fact. So picture like something in a microwave, like a Tupperware with plastic over it, and it expands, and eventually it'll get too big, it'll blow up. All the pyramids, think of it like that, and they're placed strategically to kind of reduce all that pressure. So in theory, the Egyptians and whoever else had the pyramids strategically placed could
The
reduce.
Aztecs,
Could yes.
And
could
the
they're-
one in Antarctica?
They're all similar.
they're all
they're all similar, and if you
correlate.
line them up, if you line them up on a map, they're all strategically placed to actually, if you were in the right spots and tectonic plates, you can reduce natural disasters and more.
It's
a
the
fact,
Nephilim,
which
man.
is fucking crazy. Which is fucking crazy, and the things underneath, you know, the pyramids underneath the rocks out there. Like I forgot what it's called, what element it's called, but it is the most conductive element there is. And if something placed at the top, the pyramids are just high enough to actually receive electromagnetic energy, which is fucking crazy,
Where
which could
Tesla
connect
got
all
his-
in the top. It's nuts. It's nuts. It's actually a study they did. And it's actually a fact. It's crazy.
Where the scientist Tesla got pretty much inspired
Yeah,
from.
yeah, exactly. That's what he got.
it's
He
crazy.
inspired from the
Well, they
pyramids.
said like the top of the pyramid was possibly like something like a crystal or something.
Yeah, like a
see-through
diamond,
that would-
gold or
a
something like that,
diamond,
yeah,
and
yeah.
It would beam down the light, and then it would heat up the city with water. Like
Yeah,
they had
yeah, yeah.
water and steam underneath these pyramids, and it would power the city for some kind of power. that
Because
were
they
trying to
tell you
figure
they
out,
were
but-
tombs, but they were not tombs.
Why
so-
are we not researching this
Yeah,
instead
so-
of trying to
Dude, there's some
advance
crazy,
ourselves?
There's some crazy studies on it, dude. I've read some crazy
Good
shit
Lord.
about it. It's
Okay,
nuts, man.
The crazy thing I've read on that. So the thing about what you just said, like how the fuck do we not know any of this shit? Like where the fuck did these people go and all this crap? So the thing that I read was that if you're believe the Christian Bible or whatever, they talk about the second coming of Christ.
Yahweh.
He
Already came,
He
yeah, yeah,
already
yeah.
came back, and so that's why these ancient civilizations are just gone. And fuck, I'm not saying I believe this. It was just very interesting.
It's a thought provoking.
And so it's like, dude, long story short, this dude was telling me about it. And it's like, there's these pictures of like positive and negative grounds in like ancient tombs. They had fucking electricity to heat things up and crap. And then we come along not knowing any of this. We turn it into a fucking fireplace. And then the whole thing burns down because it's not how it was meant to be heated. And it's like this whole fucking.
That's
like,
why.
all of these people just disappeared.
Yeah.
And it's like, how do
And
we
we
not
assume
know?
it was natural disasters, but we don't
And
know.
it's like, how do we not know how the pyramids work? Was it never written? Like, wouldn't this information be passed on? But then suddenly they're just gone, and then
Entire civilization just disappeared.
and then suddenly we just have to figure it out. But why is it ever since they weren't idiots? Like, it's
No,
not like
no,
they
far
were
from it.
fucking, monkeys and shit.
How did
like,
they build the pyramids?
Yeah,
Like,
so
We couldn't even build the pyramids now
Yeah,
exactly
we
how they
can't.
are. We couldn't even do it.
That's
so
the
how do-
creepy.
How do we
That's
not
a-
know
that
any
is
of this?
That's the
shit?
creepy thing.
stories that fit perfectly together. Perfect.
And the only place to get the kind of rock that's on the pyramids are hundreds of miles away, which is the craziest thing. And back then,
Yeah.
do you think they pulled every rock with ropes all the way
Fucking
across? No
elephants?
fucking
No.
chance.
Yeah.
No chance.
Like, well, they were hard workers, yeah, but they didn't like. It just makes no sense about how we know nothing about anything they fucking did.
Other than the hieroglyphics
They
on the
try
wall.
to say, also I saw a study where they figured out like how to move the rocks with vibrations by like humming at it, like and stuff. No, seriously, that's like I saw that, I was like, oh my god.
bro.
Kid Cudi on the mic.
Dude, there's
we need
monks.
your falsetto to move the stone.
Chilean monks in caves, completely blind, go through caves and just sing off of the literally, and they can freaking walk through
We
caves.
got Mariah Carey singing at a boulder to move it.
Be crazy.
When was the last time
We
you told me you
don't know
love me,
about sound and
baby?
frequencies as
But
much
no,
as we
dude,
should.
it's really crazy to
Falsetto.
it's really crazy to think about. It's
break glass
it's
with
nuts. But
your-
I'm saying
with
there
your
is
voice.
a very
Break
popular
glass.
there's a popular interview about what I was talking about, the tectonic plates and stuff. There's like a whole interview with this guy who's a fucking genius, and he talks about it, and it's fucking crazy. It's so nuts. Like I read the entire thing, and I was like, what the fuck?
History isn't important. It's
Or we're
just
doing
as
repeat it.
important as finding out the future.
If I can recommend one thing, to go back to anyone listening, the Ben Goertzel guy. I've listened to every podcast I can fucking find with him. He's not many people know his name, but he's literally the Einstein of our fucking generation, and he's at the head of this AI shit. And when you listen to the podcasts about him, like they're pretty fucking close, but this shit just isn't in the news. It isn't anywhere. It's like it's good to know about what's going on. Like
Because
these
AI is
teams,
making our news for us, not us.
It's all
probably.
it's all connected.
Joe Rogan has interviewed him once. Lex Fridman has interviewed him twice, and the dude.
Shout
is
out
literally-
Joe Rogan
Shout out Joe
podcast.
Rogan. We got.
And what's with the news saying all the same things? Like when
Yeah.
they do, you've seen that where they put the videos side by side, and then when COVID came out, this is for your safety. Like literally every single news anchor
Oh,
said
it's
the
a lot.
exact same thing. Scary.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
He's not in the fucking news, but it is interesting when you just listen to the guy talk. Like this shit is happening, and we're just not hearing about it. So if you guys can check out those podcasts, the dude is very great. Like putting it in simple terms of explaining
Yeah, I've
how
heard
he's
him.
doing it, what's going on, how they got to that point, and it's beautiful. But
Yeah. So.
yeah. All right then.
That
Well,
we're
Well, I think that's going to conclude episode 17. We gave you a little comedy. We gave you a little thought-provoking things.
exactly.
And, yeah.
lots to
So,
think about.
Jake, where can they find you?
TheGreatJakeTodd.com.
And Instagram.
The Great Jake Todd at Instagram.com. The Great Jake Todd, it's just anything under The Great Jake Todd. I've tried to buy as much domain as I can. So
GreatJakeTalk.org.
anything, yeah, it's chosen me.
.net. .io. Jordan Obudi, where can they find you?
awesome.
Obaya University.
You can find me at ApertureOceanProductions.com.
Oh, and I'm gonna be
Yeah.
building their website if you text me back about it, baby.
You need some videos. Need some
The links will be in the description below.
Yeah, swipe
Maybe,
up.
I don't know.
Swipe up.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe,
Like,
follow.
subscribe, comment. Z, where
Request.
where
You
they
can find me at Isaiah_Lesney, or you can find me and Jack both at Around the Lunch Table Instagram.
And you can find me at Jack_Spence or twitch.tv/JMFSpence. I don't stream anymore, but baby.
But we're big deals.
Yeah, we are. So yeah, hey everyone, thanks for hanging out again. Check out our boy Jake Todd on all of his art.
Hell of an
stuff.
artist.
Yeah, Jordan Obaya, one of the best cinematographers I've ever witnessed in my life. So if you guys ever need something with him, check
And
him
hot
out.
take, we're actually having Jake Todd at some point give us a nice, amazing, pristine canvas of our logo
He's-
at some point.
But it's not just gonna be our logo. It's gonna, you know how Jake was talking about his inspiration. This isn't gonna be like a week project. This is
We're
gonna be
giving
like-
him free reign.
Yeah, he just
It's
has
a
to bring it,
painting.
and it's gonna go right there. Sorry,
Yeah.
Maddie, but it's going right there. But yeah, so that'll be about it. So
So thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the little shake-up of things
Yep.
this episode.
And see ya.
Let's get rowdy up in here. 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 In here.